bring value to the table. I'm sure you understand that's what you're supposed to do at this point, but I just wanted to add this to really clarify the lesson, really drive it home. So for example, Netflix adds new movies and shows every single month. Again, if you're going to be charging monthly, right? And let's look at Netflix. If Netflix is going to be charging monthly, do you think that Netflix could get away with not updating their archive of films and TV shows on the monthly? Let's say, for example, Netflix has 1,000 movies. So obviously they have way more, but let's just say Netflix has 1,000 movies. But then going into the following month, they still have those same 1,000 movies. And then the following month after that, the same 1,000 movies. At some point, subscribers of Netflix will just say, hey, look, I've watched a ton of movies I've really enjoyed my first month or two here, but at this point, they're just not adding anything new to the table. It's not that I don't like what's here. It's just that since I'm paying on the monthly, you'd think that they update this with new movies and TV shows. And if that isn't the case, then I just feel as if this is overpriced and I'll just take my money elsewhere. And so the same can be said of an online community subscription model. If members feel as if nothing new is being added, even if they enjoy the space for that matter, but if they feel as if nothing's being added and they're paying on the regular, then they don't feel as if they're being justified in terms of having to pay on the regular. And so they'll just take their money elsewhere. And so going forwards, commit to these steps. Ask yourself, what value do your members want on a regular basis? And again, this is sort of an intuitive question, but let's strengthen this question even further with an actionable step. You want to have some kind of end of the month survey or just some kind of survey in general. And what this is going to do is it's going to ensure that you're not only providing value on a regular basis, but that you're actually providing the right kind of value on a regular basis. Because the worst thing that can happen is that you could actually be super consistent at providing value. And you can think that this lesson doesn't apply to you in any way, shape, or form, and that you're cool and you could just relax and ignore this part of the video. But it might be the case for you that you're actually providing value in the wrong directions. And what I mean by that is that in the community that I work in, when we had our end of the month survey at the end of the very first month of this online community's existence, we asked all of the members, what they were interested in, what they liked in the community, and we were very surprised with the answers that we received. We had assumed that members valued the live calls a lot, and so we were having multiple live calls per week as a result of our assumption. But with this survey, what we found out was that members actually enjoyed and prioritized and even came in the first place to the community for mainly the courses. And as a result of that, we completely shifted our game plan going forwards. We had way less live calls and we focused way more on producing courses. So the lesson in all of this is not only should you be providing value on the regular that satisfies whatever pricing model that you have with your online community, but you should also be making sure to provide the right kinds of value. If it's not the right kind of value, members are going to feel as if their money is not going into the right place, that they shouldn't feel justified in having to pay whatever it is that they're paying to be in your community if they're not being satisfied with what they came there for in the first place. So just be very careful with this. Provide value on the regular and make sure that it's the right kind of value. And the best way to figure out what members really want out of your community is to simply just ask them. And I should also clarify even further to the point of this survey is that make sure that it's an anonymous survey, right? Make sure that it's an anonymous survey when you're asking what members really want so that they can be as honest as possible when delivering an answer to you. Again, if you're starting a Skool, I put my affiliate link in the pinned comment as well as the description of this video. If you use it, I'll send you my launch checklist and you'll be able to book a free setup consult with me.